What is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking and explaining how to save your defensive settings in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Now, I'm going to start off this video by saying I'm extremely frustrated at MyTEAM in general. Now, look, I don't know, I just recently tried something different, but in the MyTEAM menu specifically, if you adjust some of this stuff, it doesn't necessarily save. Now, what I recently did go and try is I tried to just do it in the main menu, right? You go in here in features and adjust whatever you want in here and just hope it saves. But either way, I play on both current and next gen, and I'm just going to say I've been extremely frustrated by just some of my other settings not saving. So, you know, I'll go into a game and instead of my shot timing being on early, it'll be on late. And obviously that just changes everything because you can't even change that in an online game. And so if it is on late instead of early, then you're playing with something you've really never played with before. So, you know, that frustrates me. And there has been some other, you know, small frustrations as we've started this game as well. But one thing that I've liked is how to save your defensive settings. Now, look, I don't know if these work like a charm. I don't know how well they work because, look, I think defensive settings work as far as I'm aware. But offensive settings, like people, even if they've went into the game and adjusted their plays and their playbook hasn't saved or their plays haven't worked, stuff like that. So, I mean, there are some small flaws in MyTEAM in general, or in 2K in general. But it's day 3, it's week 1. I mean, we've got to take all of that into consideration. But today, guys, I am going to be talking about how to specifically save your defensive settings in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. So, you're going to do it basically in the same screen as you do the position lock thing, right? You go to lineup management, and if you want to position lock, obviously you just click your left stick down on your specific player. So like for Steph Curry, I'm just going to click that left stick down, and that does indeed player lock, you know, Steph Curry or whoever else you guys might want for like a domination game. Now, right now, guys, I'm going to be the first to tell you, I don't know what the best defensive settings in MyTEAM are. At this moment, I have no idea. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click RB twice, or if you're on PlayStation, click R1 twice. And then you're going to get to this menu in which you can change your playbook if you do want to. Now, I don't know what the best playbook to run is right now. You can change your coach if that's something you want to do as well. I mean, pace and space probably is, or 7 seconds pace and space probably is a better coach than I had before. Again, I'm not too worried about the coach right now. Now, for defensive settings, that's where we're going to get next. It's in the coach game plan. Here's what I want to kind of clarify. This is just your overall defensive settings. So let's say you log into a game and then, you know, the opponent has Steph Curry at point guard and you want your, let's say, Kawhi Leonard or some other lock to guard his Steph Curry, or maybe even a guy like Scotty Barnes. You want your Scotty Barnes on Steph Curry. You're still going to have to go in-game to adjust that. You can't, you know, do all those customizations, but that makes sense. Overall, you know, in-game adjustments you're still going to have to make. But these are going to save you some time. So, for example, on ball pressure, if I wanted that to tight, I can put it to tight right there. If I wanted off ball pressure to moderate, I can put it to moderate. All these things are gonna save. So I'm just gonna go over my settings from last year. What I did was smother, I did tight, I did go under, stay attached, catch hedge, and then I did no help. Now I almost guarantee this year specifically, my defensive settings are gonna be different. Now, here's some more stuff. Transition defense. You can do no threes, which honestly, I might do. I might try it out. And then the bigger things here is the cutter help rules, okay? So in the past, if somebody had cut to the rim, your guy from the corner may get rotated. Now, if you select no help, he's not going to help. Same thing with screen help, same thing with drive help. You're gonna want all those probably on no help. Again, I'm gonna come out with my defensive settings video later. This is just what look, if you're gonna go save defensive settings, these are just some small suggestions that I do have. So obviously, boom, they've saved, okay? You don't necessarily have to touch anything else. You do want to make sure your adaptive coaching engine is off, because if this is on, at least in past 2Ks, it has messed with your defensive settings. So you're gonna want to make sure that's off as well. Same thing with late game fouling, obviously turn that off as well. So, for example, at this stage, right, I got my team. I'm gonna exit out of my team and go back into my team and see if the settings save, because I want to make sure for you guys, you know, that they do save. And then after this, I am gonna go into a my team, probably a clutch time game, and just make sure they save, because the last thing I want, you know, is for you guys to do all this and for them not to save. Boom, they've saved, perfect. So now, if you do load into, let's say, a clutch time game, you shouldn't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna load into a clutch time online game and just make sure everything is working properly. I'm up against my opponent. Obviously, he doesn't have the best squad, but you go into defensive settings and they are all saved. Boom, just like that. Now, here's the thing you might want to do. Now, for example, Sapphire Jomrant. Early on in my team, I wouldn't do this every clutch time game, but in Unlimited, you might want to put off-ball pressure to moderate because he's not a great shooter. Fred Jones, you might want to put that to moderate. Shaq, you might want to put that to gap. We're going to talk about that in my actual defensive settings video. Problem is, offenses don't necessarily save. A lot of people have been running the Bucks freelance, whatever else. Again, one thing I want to make sure you guys do is go to coach settings and turn that off. That is how your defensive settings are really going to save. And so I'm just going to play a little bit of this game with my updated defensive settings so you guys can see them actually put to work. Because, look, I've never actually played with this. But now, look, my Jomrant is smothering his Jomrant. Simple, right? Simple adjustment, something I did. Oh, yeah, good bait, Ty. Something I did, and you guys can see. My guys aren't helping either right now. Every help that happens is going to be from me specifically. So, yes, guys, this isn't a defensive settings video, but I wanted to show you guys that they save and that they're actually working right now in my team. It's not like, oh, they're saving, but they're not, working, so it's useless. No, they saved, and it looks like, at least for me right now, they are working pretty solid. And so that's the big thing. Again, I'll check here after this possession and just make sure my defensive settings saved. But as far as I'm aware right now, it's working good. Look at my Jomrant playing D. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that this defensive performance was strictly due to my defensive settings and that they save and that you don't have to worry about it. But all I'm going to say is this. One, you're going to save a lot of time not having to do your defensive settings every single game. Secondly, if you were like me and in limited as well as clutch time, you didn't like doing settings. Now you can do settings and not have to worry about spending time doing it and flood your opponent just like I did. That honestly is the best I have felt playing this game yet. And I'm not going to say it's all due to the defensive settings, but I got to say at least it has partly to do with the defensive settings. I mean, I would be lying if I said it wasn't. Like, I absolutely hoop, but a lot of it did have to do with the defensive settings and that I found my rhythm. So it's simple, man. I didn't know for sure if they would work, if they would save right, but it seems like they implemented this really, really well. And I'll come out with a defensive settings video at some point, so stay tuned to that. But right now, guys, I'm just glad I got my defensive settings that can save. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Hopefully each of you guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.